All right, what's going on, YouTube? This is BoxingWave. So, we're gonna step outside the box a little bit and talk about some other things, some important things. I was watching All Access yesterday morning. I was eating breakfast, was looking for some boxing to watch, and I turned on the Showtime app and I see that the All Access with Adrian Broner and Manny Pacquiao was up. It's only 20 something minutes, so I was like, let me watch it. Let me watch it and just, eat my breakfast and everything. So I'm watching it, and AB is his typical AB. He's saying the same stuff he's been saying for years, and just showing there's nothing new here with Broner. I've made videos about this before. There's nothing new, but to have it side by side, switching back and forth from Manny Pacquiao's life to Adrian Broner's life made me realize, well, things that I already know, but listening to Broner and listening to what he's saying, I get tired of these entitled people here, like people that just believe that they deserve so much just because of where they come from or who they are. Like, people that just want to make excuses all day about their current situations and the poor decisions they made in life. I think what really bothered me is Adrian Broner saying that he came from nothing. All this, I come from the hood, come from nothing. I was eating cereal with water. Like, when I hear that stuff, it's crazy to me because, like with me and my parents and my family, like, I remember eating cereal with water too. Like, I remember eating salt pork with grits for breakfast every morning. I remember drinking quarter waters every day. I remember just having nothing but bodega juices in my refrigerator. You know, I remember roaches being in my refrigerator. I remember roaches being all over the kitchen counters. Like, when you say you come from nothing, like, what exactly do you mean? Because in the video that they're showing you boxing in the background with your siblings. And that's the same thing you're doing today to make millions. You're boxing in your backyard. In your backyard. I didn't have a backyard. Like, what is you talking about? And whatever hood you from, I'm sure it's not worse than where I'm from. I'm from Haven. Like, that part of the Bronx is the poorest, one of the poorest places in this country still today. When it comes to, like, I don't get these dudes that, and I get it with Adrian Broner. His opportunities come because of what he says leading up to a fight. He knows how to sell the shit out of his fights. But a lot of this stuff he actually believes. And a lot of black Americans actually believe some of the shit that he's saying. Like, you're nothing special. You're not from somewhere that, like, I'm looking at Manny Pacquiao and where he grew up. And I knew this too. Like, he's from the slums in the Philippines. Like, he was poor. He lived in a fucking shed. They showed the place where he was living at. Yet, he's a senator for his country. You talk about having a hood on your back, but you throwing change up in the air in Walmart. Yet, this man got lines of people waiting every single day outside of this hotel. And he's giving I don't know how much money he's giving all these people, but he's doing it every single day. Like, he's really trying to change his like, he's really got his whole country on his back. Yeah, I hear this dude talking about how he came from nothing. Your nothing is different from the hood in Ohio is different from the hood in the Philippines. Your hood is different. The hood in these other countries, it's not even a hood. It's the whole country. Like, you have way better opportunities. Like, your chances of success, the rate is much higher than a man like Manny Pacquiao. Like, his chances of success is a lot less likely than you. And the fact that he's not even from America and he came here and he's making 100 times more money than you is crazy. I just don't get it. And then, you gotta have his dudes, his diehard fans gonna come in the comments saying I'm a hater, saying I'm a coon, all that stuff. You gonna call me a coon, but Adrian Broner is the man that was on stage talking about, look at Manny Pacquiao. He getting Hennessy sponsorships. He has money, financial issues. He having tax issues. He's pretty much a black man. He's just like a black man. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't think you could get any more coon than what he just fucking said. Like, it's crazy to me that this man can just go up there and say anything and act like a victim. You know why I don't make fun of Deontay Wilder in the way he talks? I'm not a fan of Deontay Wilder at all. I'm not. I like watching his fights, but I'm not a fan of the man. I'm just not. You guys know that by now. I'm not a fan of him. Okay? But I am entertained by his fights. I am entertained by his fights. But the reason why I never talk about, like, I don't attack him and I don't talk about the way he talks and stuff like that is because I was like that too. Like, when I lived in Mott Haven and I moved out of the Bronx, I went to the suburbs when my father finally, bought a home and everything. And, my parents decided they wanted me to move out the hood. So when I moved to the suburbs in a majority white area, I had a real bad grammar problem. Like, I didn't speak properly at all, and I took speech courses, like, in elementary school. Like, this is like when I was like, elementary, middle school, going towards middle school. I didn't speak properly at all. I was from the hood. And, I was from a bad hood. Like, I had a bad temper issue. I used to fight everybody. I know a lot of you probably wouldn't think that because of the way I am now, but this was me when I grew up. I moved to the suburbs and I had to take speech courses because I sounded probably worse than Deontay Wilder did. So I don't make fun of that man because I understand, like, when you coming from a certain environment and your upbringing and you're not in an educated home like that, I understand where you're coming from. Listen, look at the numbers. Like, the Bronx, back when I lived there, was worse. The Bronx alone was like Chicago, how Chicago is. The Bronx. We're not even comparing the rest of the city. We're not comparing Brooklyn, Queens. We're not adding all parts Harlem. We're not adding all parts of the city. The Bronx alone had the same amount of numbers and homicides that Chicago has today or been having. The Bronx, one borough. So when I hear guys that just want to talk about the hood, this and that, like, this is where I come from, nobody told you to have all those kids with all those different women. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm from where you from, but that shit doesn't fly with me. I made the decision not to have a bunch of kids. I don't have any kids. And there's nothing wrong with having children, but you shouldn't just be having kids with a bunch of... I'm not catching cases. Besides you having money, what have you changed in your life? If you having a bunch of kids and you catching a bunch of cases and You getting all this, you getting all this shit. What exactly changed about you? You know, I'm not as rich as Adrian Broner, but I ain't broke neither. I'm doing pretty well. So, like, why do you keep throwing the race card, the black, I'm a black man, you know, they trying to keep us down. Who's trying to keep you down? If anything, they're trying to keep you up because there's money to be made. You're getting opportunities because of what you say. You're not even performing in the ring. And this is why I said I'm protesting the pay-per-view. Well, I'm protesting pay-per-views, period. But I'm like, why is he getting the opportunity to fight Manny Pacquiao? He can't even beat Jesse Vargas. Pacquiao destroyed him. He getting gift wins against Adrian Granados? Come on, bro. Like, who's trying to keep you back? Who's trying to hold you back? That shit is getting played out and it's corny. And if you're black and you letting this ride out, like shit like this, you should be ashamed to yourself because you know it's not true. Like, how many times you keep throwing, like, Pacquiao is worse. He's come up from a worse environment than you have. Like, you were born in America. You had boxing lessons in your backyard. And it's making you millions right now. You ain't grow up in no shed in the street. Look at them people in the Philippines, man. You go over there as a thousandaire, you're like a millionaire if you go over the Philippines. What are you talking about? There's plenty of people that are here, that's from here, that want to just go with this whole fucking narrative that everybody's against you and shit. Nah. I'm not with that. You know? And anytime somebody wants to keep bringing that up every single time, you know, with the 400 years thing too, like, nah, man, I ain't riding with you. You're not from that time. You're not going through that. I know you from the hood and everything. That's cool. You didn't have much when you grew up, but so what? There's more white people here on welfare than us. Who cares about what white people think and what they're doing every second? I don't care. I care about me, my family, my loved ones. That's it. You think people are waking up every morning thinking about what you're doing and trying to hold you back? Are you crazy? I was just watching that shit and I'm just like, man, how long are people going to just keep going with this whole I come from the hood bullshit? So what? I'm from the hood. I came from nothing. I made a lot of money. All right, well, this man is from a worse place and made 100 times what you made. Pacquiao's way richer than you are. He ain't gonna have a bunch of kids with a bunch of chicks. I mean, yeah, he's made some mistakes. He cheated on his wife. You know, according to the reports, he's done some shit. You know, he does have some tax issues. But stop blaming where you from on your bad decision making. That has nothing to do with that. You just make bad decisions. That's it. You better be lucky that you have the opportunity. I just did a video the other day on Jose Uzcategui against Caleb Plant. I think that's the best fight on that damn PBC schedule. The best one. The only 50-50 fight I see in there. It's the best one. Might not be the best names, the biggest names, but look, Caleb Plant is a white dude. Why he ain't getting no love? He got skills. He's a good fighter. He's as good as any other prospect that's coming up, black prospect that's coming up. Ain't nobody showing him love. Ain't nobody talking about him like that. Jose Uzcategui beat Andre Durrell. You know, he knocked out Julius Jackson. You know, he's a champion. Ain't nobody talking about him like that. You know, like, he ain't black. Neither one of them are black. How long are we going to go on with this false narrative that, oh, black people, this, that's bullshit. You getting opportunities and you not even that good. Adrian Broner is getting amazing opportunities, and he's not even that good. He's not even performing. You're not even performing, bro. You got plenty of fights that you got wins for that were close, that could have gone either way. I don't know how many losses you got. What, you got 2, maybe 3 losses? You got 3 losses? You lost Sean Porter, lost to Mikey Garcia, you lost to Marcos Maidana. And I say you got maybe another 3 fights in there that could have been a loss for you. You getting into close, crazy wars with Emmanuel Taylor. Come on, man. Let's get out of here with that. So anyway, I don't know. I watched the show, and it just amazes me how people are gonna just keep running with the narrative. I felt like I had to speak on it because it really bothered me. You know, I really get bothered when these dudes act like they from the hood just because they from the hood. That, you know, it really actually means something. It does mean something. It does mean something. But I mean, damn, we don't have to hear it every day. Like, you've been rich for a while now. You've been making money for a while now. You know, and you're not even doing that well. There's people that's out there doing much better than you, that's getting real official wins, and they go unnoticed. Nobody's even talking about them. Nobody's making videos about these dudes. You know, they're doing better than what you're doing. And they ain't even getting talked about. No one's speaking about it. And it's not because of their race. You know? Why are you getting all the attention? This ain't no hate video. It's just like, yo, your situation ain't different from anybody. In fact, your situation is better than most. You grew up in a boxing household. And you making millions from it. Chill out. Alright? I'm going to leave it at that. Peace.